Limitations on the dispensation of the increase in the amount. A. When employing the dispensation of increasing the amount, one must be careful not to specify that he is preparing extra amount for the next day, but should add it without saying anything. Okay, so exactly as we said, don't have any intention that's okay, so now I cooked and for the next 3 days, 5 days I have food. So don't say that. Okay. And B, according to some poskim, the rule of increase the amount applies only when excess is identical to the original item that one adds on Yom Tov. One needs for Yom Tov. In the example provided by Gemara, when the woman cooks full pot of meat and the pieces are equally suited to fulfill her Yom Tov needs, right? So meaning all of the same or the same quality, I guess. Thus, although she does not need all of them, she is not cooking anything that is totally unfit for Yom Tov use. It follows that one may carry the entire bag of potatoes through the public domain, even though he needs only few of them, since they are all fit for fulfillment of the Yom Tov needs. Okay. So let me see how. Okay, so let's finish. Then we go back. However, one may not do the melacha with the extra item that is unsuitable to fulfill for fulfillment of Yom Tov needs. Thus, when one needs to carry his house key in a public domain, he may not carry the entire key ring that contains other keys as well, since the excess keys are totally unsuitable for Yom Tov needs. In this situation, one is not doing the melacha with additional amount, but with entire useless additional objects. Further details the laws of concerning the amount discussed in chapter 11, cooking. Okay, chapter 15, transporting. Okay, so we're going to get to it. We're only in chapter 4, so let's do this piece from the beginning, and we're going to explain. So, meaning this limitation to this dispensation. So first we said, and we explained ourselves, so a person cannot have intention to use it for the next day, period. Or the next day, or whether it's Yom Tov, Shabbos, or weekday, does not make any difference. Okay, and B, which is very important, according to some poskim, the rule of the increase in the amount applies only when the excess is identical to original items that needed for Yom Tov. So meaning maybe it's, I'm just saying, maybe not all of the pieces they would put on the table, right? So it's not all of the pieces looks good and presentable that you would serve the guest. So some pieces you would, for example, maybe they're not as good, not as straight, maybe like whatever. So you would not put in front of the guest, but in your family circle you would eat. So these pieces would be like not allowed. Okay, if you have guests, if you eat it, these pieces even with a guest, so there is no problem whatsoever. Okay. So one more time. So this poskim rule that an increase the amount applies only when excess is identical to original item that one needs for Yom Tov. So identical means that in practical usage, right? So if it's for you, that doesn't matter. Of course, if a person cook chicken, so different parts of the chicken, but it's all useful, right? For example, provided the Gemara that a woman cooks full pot of meat and all pieces equally suited to fulfill her Yom Tov needs. Okay, so of course we're trying to put on a table like the best pieces, right? So maybe some pieces would not be suitable. Thus, although she does not need all of them, she is not cooking anything that is clearly unfit for Yom Tov need. So even if she cooks, I don't know, 7 pieces, 10 pieces, 15 pieces, but all of them are suitable for, like, she would put on the table a lot, like 15 pieces, and let's say they're on 3 or 4 people only, right, in the family, so they take whatever they want. There is no problem. So, I mean, but they can choose from 15. right? And then he gives the example from potatoes, about potato bag, like let's say like a huge potato bag, but a bag full of potatoes, but you take only 5 or 6 potatoes. There is no problem, 2 potatoes. Right? But all of them are good. So you just choose the best one to use for Yom Tov. Since all of them are suitable, no problem. However, one may not do melacha with an extra item that is unsuitable to for fulfilling the Yom Tov needs. Thus, one needs to carry extra house key to the public domain. So if you have on your keyring or a car key and garage key and this key and that key, and that's a big problem. So as we said many times before, try to, like, if you're allowed to carry on Shabbos, or you leave your key outside somewhere, so just make as many keys as you want. You need only one copy. For example, like on Shabbos we lock only one door. You understand? We lock only one door, so there is special lock that we put in our like outside. I leave their key. There is no problem. So I leave only one key, and I carry only that key, because another issue, the rest of the keys are muktzeh. So I cannot take my car key or my, I don't know, whatever key, my toolbox key or whatever, right? Even I don't have, but let's say I do, right? It's extra. It's muktzah. I'm not allowed to carry it. Okay. So I needlessly Yom Tov in public domain. Thus, one needs to carry his house key in the public domain. He may not carry the extra key ring that contains other keys as well. Okay, so since other keys are unsuitable for Yom Tov. In this situation, one is not doing melacha for with additional amount. So additional amount, it must be similarly useful for Yom Tov. But this carrying, I think it's a very good example. They're not useful. Okay, but with the entirely useless additional garbage. Okay, so do we have any questions before we continue? I think I thought the question.
Rabbi.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead. The question that I have is just that I didn't understand clearly about the pieces of getting the example about with the food or preparing the food. I didn't really understand clearly. If you could go over it again.
Okay. So we said if all of these pieces, for example, chicken, are useful for to be served. For example, there are three people in family, 4 people in the family, right? Let's say small family, right? So if all of the pieces are suitable to be eaten and to be put on the table on Yom Tov, so yeah, you can cook like, even though people usually eat 1 piece of the 2 pieces of chicken, so you can cook as many as you want, so they can choose. There is no problem. But sometimes, for example, you have a chicken and the leg is broken. So on Monday, Tuesday, there is no problem. I mean, the chicken is kosher, but to put it on a table on Yom Tov, usually people don't. You understand? I mean, even they eat with one's family, so to indicate that it is a Yom Tov. So this 1 piece of chicken with a broken leg, so it's not suitable for to be cooked as extra. You understand? But if all of them, like different size, different this, different that, but all of them are suitable to be eaten, there is no problem. You can cook as many as you want. Again, don't have intention that it is for the next day. Have intention like to have like full table and pick whatever you want. Okay, there is no problem. People like to pick themselves the pieces. That's normal.
And then after all that food is cooked, let's say after you finished, and you didn't have intention for it to be the next day, you could, put that food in the refrigerator?
Yes.
Back again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah, you're welcome. Question. Anything else, or we continue?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
So if the person cooks a lot of food for Yom Tov, but some intention of
let's say the person in the back of his head, he knows that there's going to be leftovers for other days, not only Yom Tov, but for a longer period of time. But he wants to do tshuva about this after the fact. So what does he have to do? That does he have to throw all the food
no. Since it is allowed, so don't throw all the food. I mean, don't do it again, and that's it. So just to remind us, to put it in a perspective, we're talking about situation when a person cooks on Yom Tov itself. So before the Yom Tov, so if you cook for 2 days and plus whatever extra days, there is no problem whatsoever. We're not talking about that. We're talking about cooking on Yom Tov. But as I said, like this Rosh Hashanah, I came home like after we finished meal stuff. I don't know. It was like almost 3 p.m., like 2:30 or something. So I went to blowing the shofar, this and that, almost 3 p.m. And my mincha was 6:35. Like, when exactly you want to cook? When? You understand? So, and women usually, I mean, even they have shorter version. The one like to read the first shorter version of the prayer, but still, like it's a text that you do not read the whole year. So men have a big advantage, right? Before the women, because we know the text, even though like it's compilation from different places, but some like you when you see familiar text, you read it faster. So many pieces we just know by heart. Why you read it like every day or on Shabbos, like every week. So I understand, but for a woman, even if she would skip some part on the davening, let's say, I don't know, maybe she would say 1 hour, but still not maybe 1 hour and a half, but that's it. It's still a lot of material to it. So say that she woke up in normal hour, did all of these 5 hours of prayers, and then she can cook, and like after the meal can cook. It's not realistic. It's not. So, but if a woman does not pray, for example, in all the days, so they did not know how to pray. So that's what's different. So that they will have time to cook. So I guess that's the case we're talking about.